Why do we procrastinate? And why can't we just be like robots? Like, if something is important, why can't our brain just say, okay, this matters, let's do it. No drama, no excuses, no waiting for the right feeling, just action. But we don't work like that. And the weird part is, most of the time, we already know what we have to do. That is not the problem. You know you need to study. You know you need to work, or to clean your room, fix your life, start that project, go to the gym, whatever it is. But still, you don't move. And that is where procrastination gets misunderstood. Because from the outside, it looks like laziness. It looks like you don't care. It looks like you are just choosing your phone, your bed, or some random video over your future. But I don't think that is the real reason. I think procrastination is not really about avoiding the task. It is about avoiding the feeling that comes with the task. And this is where it gets interesting. Because a robot only sees the action, but a human feels everything around the action. You don't just think, I need to do this. You think, what if it is hard? What if I fail? What if I don't know where to start? What if it takes too long? What if I try and still don't get the result? So before you even begin, your mind already turns the task into something bigger than it is. The work is not even in front of you yet, but you are already tired from thinking about it. That is why a small task can feel heavy. Not because the task is always heavy, but because your brain adds fear, pressure, doubt, and expectation on top of it. So what do? We escape. We grab the phone. We scroll a little bit. We watch one video and tell ourselves, I'll do it later. And for a moment, it works. The pressure drops. You feel relief. You don't have to face it right now. But here is the trap. The task did not disappear. It is still there. And now it comes back with guilt. Now you don't only have the task, you also have disappointment. You have stress. You have that annoying feeling of, why did I do this again? And that guilt makes the task feel even heavier. So you avoid it again. That is the loop. Pressure, escape, relief, guilt, more pressure. And if you don't notice that loop, you start thinking the problem is you. You start saying, I'm lazy. I have no discipline. I can't change. But maybe that is not true. Maybe your brain is just choosing comfort because comfort is immediate. Your goals are far away. The result is far away. The better version of you is far away. But the distraction is right here. Your phone gives something now. Your bed gives comfort now. Avoiding the task gives relief now. And your brain loves now. That is why waiting for motivation is dangerous. Because we think motivation comes first. We think, when I feel ready, I will start. When I feel focused, I will work. When I feel motivated, I will finally do it. But most of the time, it does not work like that. Motivation often comes after you start. You don't feel ready and then take action. You take a small action and then your brain starts to warm up. But if you wait for the feeling first, your whole life becomes controlled by your mood. No motivation is no action. Feeling bad is no action. No confidence is equal to no action. And that is how days disappear. So maybe discipline is not this big, powerful feeling. Maybe discipline is much simpler. It is doing the first small thing while you still don't feel like doing it. Not the whole task, not the perfect version, just the first 5 minutes. Because most of the fight is not inside the work. Most of the fight is before the work. Before you start, your brain can create a whole movie. But once you begin, the task becomes real, smaller, clearer. That is why you can delay something for 3 hours and then finish it in 20 minutes. And then you think, why did I make this so big? Because you were not fighting the work. You were fighting the start. So no, we are not robots. We have fear. We want comfort. We avoid pressure. We wait for the right feeling. We self-sabotage because in the moment, escape feels safer than effort. But once you understand that, you can stop attacking yourself. Instead of saying, I'm lazy, you can say, I'm resisting discomfort. And that changes everything. Because now the solution is not to hate yourself. The solution is to make the start smaller. 5 minutes, 1 page, 1 sentence, 1 simple action. Not because that fixes your whole life immediately, but because starting breaks the loop. And maybe that is the real way out of procrastination. Not becoming a robot. Not waiting for motivation. Not becoming a completely different person overnight, but just proving to yourself, one small action at a time, that you can move even when you don't feel ready.